Assalamualaikum and welcome to my YouTube channel IGCSE Science Academy, your trusted channel for clear exam focused explanation of IGCSE science subjects. Learn smart, understand concepts and score better with Cambridge style guidance. Today in this video, we are going to discuss the complete syllabus of IGCSE Environmental Management 0680, along with paper pattern, weightage, table of assessment and assessment objectives. Now students, let's carefully understand this slide. This slide is from Cambridge International Education and it clearly shows the official syllabus of Cambridge IGCSE Environmental Management 0680. This means that everything we study and discussed in this subject must be from this syllabus. You can see here that this syllabus is applicable for 2027, 2028 and 2029. So if you are appearing in these exam years, this is the exact syllabus you must follow. According to this slide, exams are available in June series, November series and also in March series. So this confirms that we are studying the updated syllabus. Our preparation is aligned with Cambridge requirements. There is no extra or outdated content. Now students, let's carefully understand this assessment overview. According to Cambridge, all candidates take 2 papers and your final grade can range from A star to G. Let's start with paper 1. Paper 1 is called Principles of Environmental Management. This title means that paper 1 focuses on the basic ideas and foundations of how the environment is managed and protected. The duration for paper 1 is 1 hour 45 minutes. This paper carries 80 marks, which is 50% of your final grade. In this paper, you will answer short answer questions and structured questions. Some questions will also include source material such as diagrams, maps, or data. This paper is externally assessed by Cambridge. It means your school teachers are not allowed or your school teachers will not check your papers. This paper will totally be assessed by Cambridge. Let's move to paper 2. Paper 2 is called Environmental Management in Context. This title means that paper 2 focuses on applying environmental management principles to real world situations. The duration for paper 2 is also 1 hour 45 minutes. This paper also carries 80 marks, which is again 50% of your final grade. In this paper, you will answer short answer questions based on data processing and analysis and extended response questions using case studies or source material. Paper 2 is also externally accessed by Cambridge. Both paper 1 and 2 are equally important. Each paper contributes 50% to your final result. To score well in environmental management, you must prepare both papers seriously. Now students, let's discuss assessment, also called AOs. So there are three main objectives: AO1, AO2 and AO3. We will start with objective assessment objective 1, which is knowledge with understanding. AO1 focuses on your ability to show knowledge and understanding. This includes phenomena, facts, definitions, concepts and theories, vocabulary, terminology and conventions, strategies for managing the environment locally, regionally, and globally. So here, subject content defines the factual materials that candidates may be required to recall and explain. So in simple terms, AO assessment objective 1, knowledge with understanding, checks if you have the facts and understand the concepts. Dear students, here in objective 1, Cambridge will ask questions that require you to recall and explain factual information from the syllabus, apply this knowledge to familiar and new contexts, make connections between different areas of the syllabus. AO1 is not just about memorizing facts, it is about understanding them deeply and being able to use your knowledge in different situations. Here is the assessment objective 2, which is handling information and problem solving. In this objective, candidates should be able in words or using other forms of presentation, for example, graphical or numerical, to locate, select, organize, and present information from a variety of sources, translate information and evidence from one form to another, manipulate numerical and other ideas, interpret data, identify patterns, and describe relationships, solve problems including some of a quantitative nature. Questions testing these skills may be based on information and context that are unfamiliar to candidates, requiring them to apply the principles and concepts from the syllabus to a new situation in a logical, deductive way. Assessment objective 2, application and analysis, basically tests whether you can apply your knowledge to new situations. It's not just recalling facts, you have to interpret data, explain results, or make predictions. Keywords explain, suggest, predict, calculate, interpret. Okay, I'll give you an example. For example, a plant in a dark room loses mass, explain why. So here you must apply your knowledge of photosynthesis and respiration. So in this example, in this question, you can apply knowledge of photosynthesis and respiration. You can explain cause and effect. Then you can link directly to the observed phenomena. Assessment objective 3, investigation skills in making judgments. So assessment objective 3 is experimental skills and investigations. Here, Cambridge will test whether you can plan, carry out, and evaluate experiments. Here, candidates should be able to plan fieldwork investigations and how to do them safely, evaluate methods, identify limitations, and suggest improvements to fieldwork investigations, suggest reasoned explanation for phenomena, patterns, or and relationships, make reasoned judgments, and form conclusion based on evidence. Questions testing these skills may be based on information and contexts that are familiar or unfamiliar to candidates, requiring them to apply the principles and concepts from the syllabus to a new situation in a logical, deductive way. In this slide, we are going to discuss about assessment objectives as a percentage of the qualification. Here are the assessment objectives and here is the weightage of each objective. So as we know that the first assessment objective, that is assessment objective 1, knowledge with understanding, the weightage for this objective is 43%. This is the straight from the textbook stuff. It's your ability to recall facts, definitions, concepts, It's the biggest chunk of your total grade. Second, assessment objective 2, that is handling information in problem solving. The weightage for this objective is 30%. This is where they give you data, graphs, or a scenario you haven't seen before and ask you to apply what you know to solve it. Assessment objective 3, that is investigation skills in making judgments. The weightage for this objective is 27%. This focuses on the practical side, planning experiments, recording observations, and drawing conclusions from lab-style data. So the total weightage from these three objectives is 100%. Assessment objectives is a percentage of each component. Here is the assessment objective. Objectives is a percentage of each component. Here are the assessment objectives with the weightage in components percent, that is comparison between paper 1 and paper 2. The weightage of the objectives are different for paper 1 and paper 2. Objective 1, that is 55% weightage for paper 1 and 30% weightage for paper 2. Assessment objective 2, 30% for paper 1 and 30% for paper 2. And assessment objective 3, 15% weightage for paper 1 and 40% weightage for paper 2. Okay students, that's all for today's video. In the next video, we will go through the full syllabus of Environmental Management 06F0. So stay tuned. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the IGCSE Science Academy. See you next video. Love, peace, bye bye.